Hey guys, David here. So today I'm just going to be showing you how I cut up clams for bait, fresh clams, because right now the bait shops are obviously closed. It's pretty much December. Um, so a couple different options if you're looking for fresh stuff. So if you happen to have a permit to go shell fishing down in the Cape, I know you can go down there and get cohogs, that type of thing down there. Steamers, those all work well for bait. Another option is if you're able to get your hands on surf clams down there, those are even better because they yield obviously more bait. Another option is you can go to a supermarket. I went to a local Asian market and I scored this. So I got 4 cohogs for $2. So I mean they're fresh, like they seem like they're just dug within the past couple days. And I got one right here. So I'm going to show you how to cut these things up. And I'm going to be using them hopefully tomorrow for bait for ultralight fishing, just messing around near Buzzards Bay, maybe Newport, and then up here south of Boston, see if I can't get something to bite. I don't care what it is, I just want to catch something. So things you should know when you're breaking these things apart. When you break them apart, they're sharp, obviously. There's 2 muscles. You got one here, and then one here. Those are abductor muscles. Normally, when you're cleaning up shellfish, you can use a shucking tool, and that actually will slice those abductor muscles open, and this thing will just fall apart. Or you can just go ahead and crack it open. Doesn't matter, as long as you don't split the meat and that type of thing. So, all right, let me show you how I do this and how I cut it up. All right, guys, so got your clam. I'm just going to use meat cleaver, just something with some force to, some density to crack this thing. Peel the shell off. Like I said, be careful, just some of the stuff's really sharp. And then I feel an abductor muscle there, so I'm just gonna do a quick slice. It'll peel right off. Get all your meat inside there. So there's actually 3 pieces you can use to this clam. This is a quahog, but I just got it because it's cheap. Normally people use them to eat, obviously. So some anatomy here. So there's the foot, which actually does the digging once the clam's in the ground. And then you have the siphon is over here. That's the part where the clam actually breathes through and eats and that type of thing. And then you have this piece of meat right here. That's called the mantle, and that holds fluid inside of the clam, say at low tide and that type of thing. So to get this clam actually out of the shell, just put your thumb under like that, and you can see abductor muscle right here holding it in. You can either rip it out or cut it. Doesn't matter. And this thing should just pop right out. So here we go. So this mantle area right here, this piece that lines the edge of the clam, you can just peel that off. This is junk. That's just the muscle right there. Junk. All right, you can. These are actually the mantle is my favorite part to use on hooks because it's slices and it's already pretty much cut for you. And you just cut it in half and make it to the size of your hook, or you can thread it on there like a worm, whatever. There we go. Got more mantle here, and the siphon is actually right there. That's a really dense piece of bait. It stays on the hook really well. I'm going to keep that separate, so I'm just keeping all my mantle together. I might slice the siphon in half because I'm going for smaller stuff. Let's see, got some bait there. And then there's a couple different ways you can cut up the foot. So this is, like I said again, this is a quahog, so it's not a ton of meat on there, but it's enough for me. So all the guts are down here, and then you have the foot right here. This is the densest, one of the densest parts of the clam that you actually hook, and the hook's probably not going to come out unless a fish actually wants to rip it off there. If you buy frozen clams and you let them thaw out, this meat's going to be a lot softer, and it's more apt to come off the hook a lot easier. There's more bait right there. I'm going to peel that off. So a couple different ways you can do this. So I ideally, if I'm fishing for smaller fish, I want to keep I want to keep the guts in there if I can. Say I'm fishing for scup, you can actually slice it right here. Like that. And then you flip it on its side. If you can see this, it's like a perfect little cross section. Like that. And because this thing's fresh, the guts are going to want to stay inside of the clam. And then you can slice it just like that. And the guts will stay in it too. So you can see it's stuck in there. I'm brushing it and the guts are stuck in there. So that's your scented piece of bait right there. It's really good. If you want, you can just do that, repeat, and you got bunches of pieces of bait. And you could also just cut the foot off like this. This is a super dense piece right here. It's just the foot. There's no guts on it, and this is the tip of the foot. This is a really good piece. There's not a lot of scent to it. I feel like the scent wears out of these really quick. You could keep your clam juice and just dip it in there if you want. This I'm going to cut smaller. And then after you put this hook and you've been fishing with it for a while, if it starts turning white or pale, probably time to change baits. This one's good. I'm going to cut this in half. So I don't know what I'm actually going to catch tomorrow, but I'm going to leave it like this in nice slices, and I could cut them in half some more. This piece right here is garbage. I don't know if I said this already or not, but it is useless. It won't stay on the hook very well. It segments and falls apart. You might get a nibble on it and it'll fall right off. But that's really it for cutting up a clam and how I do it. I know it seems silly, but if you're trying to get out there and go fishing and your only resource is a supermarket, that's the way to do it. Buy fresh if you can. If you have to buy frozen stuff, that's okay. Just make it work. And toss these in a little Tupperware bowl. And that's a decent amount already for right now. And then, lastly, I might show you. Actually, I just got hooks laying around. I know that's not a good thing. But this is a 2-aught hook. Lot bigger than what I'm going to be using tomorrow. But because the meat on the foot is so much stronger and tougher, you don't need to hook it a bunch of times, just like that. That's really all you need to do, and you can nip off a little bit of this if you got a lot of bait stealers around, but that's all you need. And if you're putting it on a sabiki rig, same idea, just the hooks are small and you'll use smaller piece of bait. And that's it, guys. So if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be out fishing tomorrow and hopefully catch something. All right, guys, thank you.